Italy, Italia, known for pizzas, the Tower of Pisa and the Colosseum. The country is so popular that it used to be the third most visited place in Europe before the pandemic, behind France and Spain, because many people want to go to the country, and that's understandable because it's such a wonderful country. What I consider even to be more wonderful, because well, I'm a nerd, mobile data rates are extremely low in Italy. In fact, they are the fourth lowest in Europe, and you can get more than 100 gigabytes of data for less than 10 euros. Yes, 120 gigabytes of data. But who are the mobile operators? How much do SIM card cost? And is the SIM card registration here in Italy? Well, I will tell you all about that in this Italy SIM card buying guide. So let's get started, shall we? Hi! It's Adu for Phone Tourists here, where we talk about everything related to traveling with your phone, such as buying a SIM card in Italy. If videos like this sound interesting to you, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Okay, so let me just give you a very quick summary of the essentials you need to know about the mobile operator market here in Italy. You actually have four big operators, which are Wind3, formerly known as just Wind Italy and 3. Italy or Tre Italy, TIM Italy, Vodafone Italy and Iliad. SIM card prices range from €10 up to €25, which in USD I will have it on the screen as well. Two SIM cards will cost you €20 or €25, offered by the big three operators, so not Iliad. SIM card registration is mandatory and you need to be at least 15 years old to register a SIM card. SIM cards are also sold at Rome Airport, maybe other airports too. So Fucini or something like that, not a budget airport, sells SIM cards. And 5G is also available for prepaid customers, even though prepaid doesn't really exist in Italy, but I will tell you all about that later. And another thing, Italy is part of the European Union, as in the core European Union, so not the European Economic Area, meaning that you can use your EU SIM card and use it for free in Italy with most/almost all mobile operators. So most cases, if you're coming from another EU country, you can roam for free in Italy, except if you decide to study in Italy, let's say stay for more than 4 months, then you are required to get a local SIM card. Okay, that's the summary. So let's talk about the operator market a bit more broadly, and later on we will focus on the individual operators as well, very brief, because otherwise I can talk for 40 minutes, which I really could, but that would bore you. And it would also bore me when editing the video because that takes too much time. Okay, so let's talk about the SIM card prices here in Italy, and I will only focus on the big four operators. There are many MVNOs, mobile virtual network operators, that are in Italy. I think you have about 11 to 12 offering prepaid services, but honestly they are not worth your time and money because of throttle speeds and worse quality of network and customer service experiences. Let's start with Wind3, which is currently the largest mobile operator because it's a merger by Wind and Tre, where you can get a SIM card for €10. If you go with TIM Italy, you can get a SIM card for €10 with €5 of credit, or €25 with €25 of credit. If you go with Vodafone, you can get a SIM card for €10 with €5 of credit. And if you go with Iliad, you can get yourself a SIM card for €9.99, or basically €10 with no credit. But even though I mentioned these prices, most of the time they require you to buy a plan in addition with your SIM card, so you cannot go to the store and say, hey, I want a SIM card and walk away. Most of the time not, because they want you to buy a plan as well. So let's talk about the tourist SIM cards offered, because you have three. With Wind3, you can get the tourist pass costing €25 with 20 gigabytes of local data, so minutes and international minutes, for 30 days to select countries, so not all over the world. If you go with TIM, called TIM Tourist, it costs €20 with 15 gigabytes of data, some EU data, roaming data, unlimited data for select chat apps, and local/international minutes for select destinations for 30 days. And if you go with Vodafone, you have one called Dolce Vista. For €25, you get 30 gigabytes of data, some EU roaming data, unlimited social media data for select apps, and 600 local/international minutes for select destinations for 1 month. And of course, if you buy a tourist SIM card, you're not required to get the plan because the tourist SIM card includes the tourist plan already. So let's just talk about the mobile data aspect that I mentioned in the introduction, that Italy is actually the cheapest country in Europe for mobile data, with average cost of 1 gigabyte of data being 27 USD or US dollar cents. There are only 3 countries that are even cheaper, but there's no other country in Europe that is cheaper, which is amazing. Okay, so where to buy yourself a SIM card in Italy? If you go with the big four, you have to go to the official stores of these mobile operators. So you go to a TIM store or Win3, Iliad or Vodafone store because of SIM card registration requirements. SIM card registration is mandatory, so you have to present your passport. But as for that, you go to the official store. You need to be at least 15 years old to get a SIM card. If you go with the MVNOs, let's say Home Mobile, Canon Mobile, Leica Mobile, and there's another one, Very Mobile, and a few others, then yes, the resellers will sell it to you. And registration sometimes can be done in the store themselves, or you have to go to another store. It can be time consuming and the hassle. Activation can sometimes take like 48 hours. So just go to the official stores of the mobile operators and go with the big four themselves. Will save you a lot of time, especially if you have a short time in Italy. And SIM cards are also sold at Rome Airport, especially Vodafone SIM cards are available, and TIM. There used to be a Win3 store, at least before the pandemic, but then they vanished when I was there the last time. Why? Probably because of COVID. They may come back or not, we will have to see. Okay, so let's talk about speed, because having fast speed is important. Yes, prices too, but let's say if the mobile operator is like super cheap, but you can barely use the internet, then you basically wasted your money. So speed test by Ookla, they did an awards and they found out that Win3 has the fastest 4G speeds. To see how fast 4G is with the big four mobile operators, I will show you the results on the screen. While there's not a big difference between the big four anyway, talking about like 5 to 6, 7 megabits per second, it's still quite interesting to see the results. But when we look at 5G and now specifically New Radio, the speeds are very different. Then you'll see that TIM Italy is winning the race, like by a long shot, whereas Win3, which was doing well with 4G, is still lacking behind a lot. But let's talk about coverage, and especially with Win3 and TIM, because TIM is the fastest with 5G, but it has the worst 5G coverage at the moment, 4G availability and coverage experience. With TIM only have an availability of 2, whereas Win3 has 22%, which is insane, like the difference. And the same count for reach, where Win3 is also winning and TIM is losing the race. But when we look at 4G itself, then coverage wise the big three are basically the same, and Iliad is behind, mostly because Iliad started in 2017 or 18, so it only had 4 years, 5 years to build up, and the other operators had many more years to catch up or to build their network. Okay, so which is the best SIM card here in Italy? Well, I would say all of them are the best, but then in their own way. So I recommend going with Win3 because it has the best 4G LTE speeds, whereas TIM Italy has the best 5G NR speeds, although its coverage is like minimal compared to the others. Vodafone is great overall, so the speeds are a bit moderate, its coverage is great for both 4G and 5G, so yeah, it's just nice in the middle. And Iliad is the best because it's cheap, offers a lot of data, and its network is actually quite great as well. Not perfect or excellent, but great. Speaking of the best SIM cards, if you want to know the best SIM cards in every country around the world, make sure to use my lookup tool at ptw.link/best, where you can easily select a country and find out which SIM cards I actually recommend. So quite cool, and make sure to use it for your next travels. Okay, how to top up and check your balance. Well, I assume that you are a tourist and you won't stay in Italy for that long, so topping up will not be a priority, because when you buy your SIM card, it's with a plan or tourist SIM card, which has benefits, but I've already shown you the top up instructions on the screen already and how to check your balance. You can also use the apps of these mobile operators, except for Iliad because it doesn't have an app yet. You have to use your My Account section on the website, which is all in Italian. So yeah, be aware of that. Alright, now it's time to talk about the plans. But before we do so, I actually want to introduce you to my best local eSIM and travel eSIM tool, which you can find at ptw.link/eSIM, where I will give you my recommendations for the local eSIMs and travel eSIMs in every country. But even though prices and plans are quite cheap here in Italy, you have to be aware of one thing, and that is the activation fees. While SIM cards and plans are cheap in Italy, the activation fees, they can be quite pricey, especially if you decide to change plans after, if you plan on staying in Italy for a long time. If you're a tourist, then you pay only this activation fee once, and if it's a tourist SIM card, you don't pay it at all. And these activation fees range from €7 all the way up to 50 euro, which luckily the 50 euro is for 2 plans for Vodafone only, but wow, that's very crazy. I think they do these activation fees to compensate for the low mobile data rate. Even though, like say the plan will say it costs €10, you have to buy the SIM card, which is another €10 plus the activation fee, that's 17, that's already 27 euro. So that's like an extra 170% of the advertised price shown on the website or advertised anywhere else, which is also why I recommend going with travel eSIMs like the ones from Airalo, Mamma Mia, which I think is a very unfortunate name, but still, or the travel eSIMs from Nomad. That way you don't really have to deal with the fees, and especially if you don't really need that much data. But if you think like, well, 100 gigabyte of data, I want that, then sure, go for the local SIM cards. But I just wanted to let you know. So now I'm gonna go through some of the plans. I decided to pick one of the combo plans per mobile operator and just go to them quickly. Let's start with Win3, the largest mobile operator. I selected this plan for this guide, but there are many more plans which you can read on my Italy SIM card buying guide, ptw.link/italy-guide. So here we have some combo plans with data all the way up to unlimited data, which is quite cool. Of course, you have your EU roaming allowance, calls, international minutes, and local SMS. And as you can see, that local/EU minutes and SMS, it only applies to when you are in another EU country and you call within the country. So let's say you go to Greece and you call to a Greek number, that's okay. Coming back to Italy, that's okay. Going to another EU country, let's say Spain, that's okay, but not from Italy to another EU country, because that will be considered an international call and then you will charge international rates, which are not cheap. So be aware of that. And all of these plans include 5G NR. The 2-way SIM card does not include 5G, so be aware of that. Okay, then we go with Tim with these plans. Then we have 4 options. Then we also have a young one. For the young one, you need to be at least younger than 25, if I'm correct, or 30. And the one that says 60 plus, you have to be at least 60 plus, of course. Then we have data, EU allowance, 5G NR access, yes for the young one, and the Magnifica Mobile or the 20 euro plan, minutes, SMS. These are not international calls, just if you are in the other EU country. Then we have Vodafone. I selected one combo plan with just one plan, which is this. Well, for 20 euro, you get the Red Max plan with 100 gigabyte of data, unlimited local/EU minutes, and unlimited local/EU SMS for 1 month. And then we have Iliad with literally only 3 different plans. So this is not just one selected combo plan. These are the only 3 options you have, but they are cheap, up to 10 euro. Voss, Giga 80 and Giga 120 with 40 megabytes of data for the 5 euro plan, which makes me wonder, why do you want that one? But still, data, EU data, minutes, SMS, and all that cool stuff. So that's what you need to know about SIM cards here in Italy. Straightforward, because I made it straightforward for you. No, it's actually quite straightforward. I was recently in Italy as well, and I tried out all the big 4 operators that are mentioned in this video, which you can watch in this playlist up here. And if you want to learn more about the MVNOs as well, so let's say Kano Mobile, Home Mobile, there's another one, Ferry Mobile, and Voice Mobile, Like Mobile, and the 2 others that I can't really come up right now, make sure to go to the written guide at ptw.link/italy-guide. That's what you need to know about Italian SIM cards. Which Italian SIM card do you want to go with? Do you want to go with Iliad because it's cheap and offers a lot of data, or with Tim because it has fast 5G, but not in Rome? In Rome, 5G barely exists there. Or go with Win3 because, yeah, its 4G is fast, or Vodafone, so you can get the best of everything, each aspect. Let me know in comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want to, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.